The most expensive shortcut in the county. I own a 53-acre ranch and let the neighboring HOA use my private gravel road as a shortcut. But when I went away for 3 days, I came back to find it paved over with asphalt and installed streetlights without my permission. They even left a note claiming it was for community beautification. They forgot one thing. The land is mine. That night, I used my tractor bolt a 10-foot steel gate across the road and locked it. When the HOA president, Linda, arrived screaming that I was blocking a public road, I pulled out my deed and proved it was private property. Their 5-minute shortcut turned into a 20-minute detour overnight. They finally caved and signed a deal. Now, they pay me $4,000 a month in rent just to use my road. Subscribe to Karamat Janjua for more stories. Midnight to 050. Introduction and discovery. I own a 53-acre ranch, a place defined by dust, cattle, and hard work. For years, I had a simple handshake deal with the neighboring HOA. I let them use a gravel road cutting through my property as a shortcut to the highway. It saved them 5 minutes, and I didn't charge a dime. But recently, I left for a 3-day livestock expo. When I returned, the dusty road I'd known for decades was gone. In its place was a fresh strip of black asphalt, glossy and smelling of tar, complete with painted curbs and decorative lamp posts. They had turned my private property into a suburban boulevard without a single phone call or knock on my door. 050 to 145. The beautification insult taped to my gate was a smug little letter. It stated that, in accordance with community beautification standards, the road had been upgraded for the benefit of all residents. The problem? I'm not a resident of their HOA. My land isn't in their jurisdiction. On one side of the fence, you have their designer neighborhood. Manicured hedges, pastel houses, and imported palm trees that don't even belong in this climate. On my side, it's real country. Seeing my property treated like their private entrance made me furious. But I knew that fury is a dish best served with patience. 145 to 240. The counter-move, the HOA planners forgot one crucial detail. Regardless of how much asphalt they laid, the road was still mine. That night, I went to my equipment shed and pulled out my heavy-duty cattle gate, a 10-foot tall wall of solid steel. I backed my tractor up to the entrance and bolted that gate across their brand-new boulevard. I didn't just close it, I locked it tight. By sunrise, their convenient shortcut was officially gone. I sat back and waited for chaos to begin. 240 to 335. The confrontation with Linda within hours. The calls started coming in, first from the HOA secretary, then their legal counsel, demanding I open the gate. The next day, the HOA president, Linda, showed up in person. She was wearing a pearl necklace and a fake smile that didn't reach her eyes. She snapped at me, claiming I was blocking a public roadway. I didn't argue. I just pulled out my property deed and survey maps. I told her clearly, "It's not public. It never was. You've been using it because I let you. Not anymore." 335 to 430. Legal battles and local news. Linda threatened lawsuits, but I was already 2 steps ahead. I had already filed a property destruction complaint with the sheriff and a civil suit for unauthorized alterations. To turn up the heat, I sent drone footage of their improvements to the local news station. When the story broke about an HOA paving over a rancher's land without permission, the tide turned. By the 3rd day, the residents weren't angry at me. They were furious at their own HOA board for losing their 5-minute shortcut and turning it into a 20-minute detour. 430 to 520, the $4,000 victory. By the end of the week, the HOA caved. They offered to rip out the pavement, restore the gravel, and pay triple damages for the destruction. I declined. Instead, I gave them a choice. They could keep their pretty boulevard if they signed a formal rental contract to use it for $4,000 a month. I made it clear. If they miss even one payment, the gate stays locked forever. They had no choice but to sign. 52538. Conclusion and call to action now, every month. I cash their check and drive my tractor past their perfect little street. I smile knowing their upgrade became the most expensive shortcut in the county. Don't let anyone walk over your property rights. For more stories of small-town revenge, hit that like button and subscribe to Karamat Janjua.